So, what does the idiom "only half of the invited guests showed up" truly mean? It's quite simple and direct. This phrase literally means that out of all the people invited to an event or gathering, precisely or approximately 50% actually attended. While its meaning is literal, it often carries an underlying implication of disappointment, regret, or surprise about the low turnout. It's used to clearly convey that attendance was significantly below expectations, making the event feel less successful or vibrant than hoped. To help you understand the idiom, let's take a look at a short dialogue between two people.
Hey Sarah, how was your birthday party last weekend?
Oh, it was okay, but a bit anticlimactic. Only half of the invited guests showed up.
Only half? That sounds very precise. Did you literally count everyone who walked through the door?
Well, not exactly, but it felt like it. Roughly speaking, only half of the invited guests showed up. It was quite noticeable. Welcome to our idiom adventure. Today's idiom is "only half of the invited guests showed up." And you guess its original meaning? I'll give you 3 options, but try to guess before I reveal them. What do you think this phrase originally meant? Option 1, literal statement about lower than expected attendance. Option 2, an expression meaning a party started very late. Or perhaps option 3, metaphor for feeling emotionally incomplete. Take a moment to think. Here's a hint. This phrase is quite direct. The correct answer is literal statement about lower than expected attendance. This phrase isn't an idiom in the traditional sense, where words have a hidden figurative meaning. Instead, "only half of the invited guests showed up" is a very straightforward and literal observation. It gained common usage in the 20th century as a direct way to express disappointment or concern when an event's attendance was significantly lower than anticipated, specifically around the 50% mark. It highlights a precise shortfall rather than a vague sense of emptiness. Let's see how we can use this phrase in everyday conversations. Our first example is, the movie premiere felt empty because only half of the invited guests showed up despite the big names. Here, the speaker is expressing disappointment about the low attendance at a high-profile event. Even with famous people involved, the poor turnout made it feel less exciting. Our second example, after weeks of planning, it was a shame that only half of the invited guests showed up for the charity gala. This sentence highlights the effort put into planning and the subsequent regret over the poor attendance. In both cases, only half of the invited guests showed up, clearly communicates a significant and disappointing shortfall in attendance.
Now let's test your understanding with a quick quiz. Among the following 4 phrases, which 2 expressions are similar in meaning to "only half of the invited guests showed up"? Is it poor turnout, the house was packed, attendance was sparse, or full to the brim? Take a moment to consider which phrases convey a similar sentiment of low attendance or fewer people than expected. Remember, we are looking for 2 expressions that align with the idea of a disappointing or noticeably reduced crowd. Great job! The 2 similar expressions are a poor turnout and attendance was sparse. Both convey the idea of a low number of attendees, much like our main phrase. A poor turnout directly states that attendance was bad, while attendance was sparse suggests that people were spread out and few in number. Our main phrase, "only half of the invited guests showed up," is more specific, pinpointing the attendance to approximately 50%, often with a sense of disappointment. In contrast, "the house was packed" and "full to the brim" are antonyms, meaning the place was completely full, showing a very high attendance. Knowing these differences helps you choose the most precise expression. To sum up, "only half of the invited guests showed up" is a precise and literal phrase indicating that approximately 50% of those invited attended an event, usually implying disappointment. While not a figurative idiom, it's a commonly used expression to clearly state a significant shortfall in attendance. We saw how it can be used in different contexts, like a movie premiere or a charity gala, to express regret over a less than ideal crowd. Keep an ear out for this phrase in conversations. It's a very direct way to share news about event attendance. If you have any idioms you'd like to study, please leave them in the comments.